Facebook's most valuable corporate asset is the information you post there, so the world's largest social network is an inherently unprivate place. With that in mind, the best privacy option is to not use Facebook at all. However, considering that Facebook hit the elusive 1 billion user mark last month, we're going to assume that most of you, security and privacy conscious though you may be, still have Facebook accounts. Some try to protect their privacy there by using fake names or substituting their middle name for their last name. In either case, they aren't fooling anybody. Trying to shield who you are from Facebook and the marketing companies it serves is probably impossible. However, limiting what Facebook knows about you and remaining private from would-be and ultimately unwelcome pryers is completely in your control. If you follow these instructions, privacy on Facebook is simply a matter of only accepting requests from individuals with whom you are comfortable sharing the contents of your profile. Log into Facebook. Click the downward triangle in the top right of the screen and click Account Settings. Before we jump into the privacy settings, you have to determine whether you want to allow subscribers or not. The various privacy controls aren't really affected by allowing subscribers, so the privacy implications here are limited. Allowing subscribers makes it so that another user can subscribe to you, and then, whenever you post something publicly, it will end up on their feed. Regardless of whether you have subscribers or not, a public post can be viewed by anyone on the internet. The only difference is that your subscriber won't have to go looking for it. Next, we have a quick note on networks. Click the General tab on the left. Scroll down to where it says Networks. I'm not a part of any networks, as you can see, and opting to not join any networks, while it may not make a huge difference, is probably the best privacy option, because it makes it harder for people to track you down, and it also, quite simply, is one less thing that Facebook knows about you. In general, and whenever possible, we recommend modifying the settings on your Facebook account so that your data is only accessible to your friends. Click the downward triangle again. This time, click Privacy Settings. The first thing you want to do is select Friends as the default audience for Facebook on mobile devices and in other places that don't display the inline audience selector shown here. This way, by default, only your friends will have access to the things you broadcast on Facebook. Now we're going to run through the tabs, starting with How you connect. Click Edit Settings. First, you have to select who can look up your timeline by name. The most private option is to only allow friends to look up your profile by name. This way, you'll have nearly complete control of who is even aware of your profile's existence. Next, select who can look up your profile by email address or phone number. In a perfect world, you'd be able to set this so that no one could find your profile in this way. However, the best option available is to give that ability only to your friends. You'll also have to decide whether you want to let everyone or just friends of friends send you friend requests. If you already set it so that only friends can search for your profile by name, then it doesn't make much difference. The last thing to decide is who can send you messages. No real privacy implications here, but it can't hurt to only allow messages from friends. Next, you want to edit your timeline and tagging settings. The best option is probably to allow no one to post on your timeline, but this undercuts the spirit of social networking in a way, so it's understandable if you don't want to go that far. I set up my account so that only friends can post on my timeline. I also allow friends to see posts I've been tagged in and what others post on my timeline. Beyond that, you should require it so that you are able to review posts in which you are tagged before they show up on your timeline. You can also limit who sees the posts you've been tagged in on your timeline, review tags that friends add to your posts, and set it so that no one sees photo tag suggestions until you approve them. As for regulating the privacy of the various apps you use, if you want to be as private as possible, then not using any apps or playing any games at all is probably the best option. However, we recommend editing the settings for how people bring your info into the apps they use so that all the boxes are unchecked. You should also go into Instant Personalization and uncheck that box as well. Now go in and edit the ad settings. First select Edit Third-Party Ad Settings and select Show My Information to No One. Next, go into Edit Social Ads Settings and select Pair My Social Actions with Ads for No One. You'll also want to edit the public search settings, making sure the Enable Public Search box remains unchecked. If you've been on Facebook for a while and are only now beginning to think about data privacy, You can limit the visibility of past posts as well by clicking Manage Past Post Visibility. You can also restrict access to certain individuals and/or block them outright by clicking Manage Blocking. As always, leave any of your own suggestions in the comments section below.